Hi dear children, I hope English lesson aids are useful for you. In this class, we'll discuss in detail WH question words and a usage. Okay? So, in order to frame WH questions, you should have some prerequisites. You should gain some knowledge before you go for preparing a WH question. Okay, what are they? There are 3 prerequisites. First one is learning the meaning or purpose of WH question words. You should know which is the apt question word for the required answer. So that we will learn. Next one is you should be able to pick up from a sentence the correct verb and auxiliary verb. Sometimes the auxiliary verb, the helping verb, may be hidden. In that case, you should learn the technique of picking out the correct hiding auxiliary. Now, the third requirement is you should be able to place the question word, auxiliary verb, then the subject and main verb in the right manner. The right question word should be selected, the right auxiliary should be found out, and the right subject and also the main verb. You shouldn't get confused with the non-finite verbs. Then you have to place the question mark at the end. We'll see the first prerequisite, learning the meaning or purpose of WH question words. So, which are the question words and what are their purpose? So, we have how, where, when, how often, why. These are actually the question words that will help you pick out the adverbs. Let's see what is the exact meaning of how. The manner or where an action occurs. Where, it will be indicating the place of action. When, time of action. How often, the frequency of the action. Why, the reason for the action. So these are the meanings, the purpose of using the question word. Let's see some more examples. Question words: who, whom, what time, what kind, which, whose. Who always indicates a person, usually doer or receiver of the action. Whom, receiver of the action, usually it is a person in the object part. What always indicate something, could be an object, an idea or action. What time stands for time. What kind stands for description of something. Which, of course, when you have a choice, you can choose among many things. In that case, we'll be picking the question word which. Then whose indicates the possessiveness. So the owner or the possessor of something or someone. How many, how much, how far, how long, how old, how come. How many for quantity, usually countable nouns. How much indicates amount or price, uncountable items or nouns. How far indicates distance. How long means the length of something, or sometimes it can be duration of time, not only length. How old, age of something or someone. How come indicates reason. So when you have learned the meaning of a question word, you will know exactly which question word is to be placed. Here in an example, the answer is film technology. Then the apt question word is what? In the next example, the answer focus is on Hollywood. From where? So We never begin with a preposition. It's not the correct way. So the preposition from should be placed at the end. So the place, Hollywood indicates a place. So where is the question word. In the next example, you can see I is the underlined answer. So the apt question word is who. Suppose the underlined one is 1990. In 1990, what will be the question word? It should be when. Okay. So in the case of who, you will be using learned just like that. But in other question words, you can split that learned with did plus learn. So when did you learn film technology from Hollywood? So then the answer will be I learned film technology from Hollywood in 1990. Okay. Next important thing is finding the correct verb and the auxiliary verb. Here in this example, is the auxiliary verb. But you can see there is no other main verb. So is itself is the main verb. Next example are had, takes. Here Lex is the person. So who is the right question word? And we have is. Is need not be cut into separate, you can't do that. Whereas are also you can't do that. But had you can split it with the did plus have. So the auxiliary, hidden auxiliary in had is did. Likewise in takes, the hidden auxiliary is does. Does plus take is equal to takes. So you have found the hiding auxiliary. The next task is placing the question word, auxiliary, subject and main verb in the right way. Let's see how it is done. So place the question word first, then the auxiliary, then the subject, then main verb, then the remaining part of the sentence plus the question mark. Let's see more examples with the question word why. Keep in mind, why is used to know the reason behind an action or state. Because, as, for, since, to plus verb, etc. indicates usually a reason. So, the apt question word then should be why. In that case, you have to exempt that part because it's easy to learn grammar, that part from the question. See, pick out the correct hiding auxiliaries, looking out the verb. Okay, what is the hiding auxiliary? Do. Okay, then is, there is no hiding auxiliary. Auxiliary itself is used as main verb. Next, should is the auxiliary and be is the verb. Next one, walks, hiding auxiliary is does. Then have, in that case the hiding auxiliary is do. Do plus have is equal to have. Next one, has. What is the hiding auxiliary? Does. Does plus have is equal to has. So likewise, this have and has is a confusing one. You have to learn it. Okay. So place the question in the proper way. In present tense, be careful with the verb. The hiding auxiliary will be do if it is a plural form, and the hiding auxiliary will be does if it is a singular form. When the verb is in V2, that means past tense, the hiding auxiliary will be did. In other cases, it's easy to find out the auxiliary because in that case it won't be hidden. Now your task is to find answers for these questions. Here the answers are going to be questions, okay, framing questions. My friend Alfred Hitchcock helped me there. If the underlined part is Alfred Hitchcock, the question is going to be who helped you there? Who helped you there? See the questions framed in the description box, okay, and check whether what you framed is right. Alright, thank you.